Hey, what's up guys and welcome back to Anime King 2, and today I'm going to be giving you part 10 of what if Naruto was a smart prodigy. Remember to get this one to 300 likes as usual, share this to all of your friends on your social media platform, and also go ahead and check out the new episode of What If Naruto was sent to the Marvel world. So go ahead and check out that and enjoy. And later on I'm going to be giving you something new, so stay tuned for that over on Anime King. And also I'm going to be posting a new episode of What If Naruto was a god amongst men on this channel. So stay tuned for that as well guys. And remember, if you're new and this is the first time hearing my voice and you enjoy the videos on both Anime King and Anime King 2, go ahead and click that red subscribe button and become a part of the Anime King family. And thank you for all of your help and your support. And yeah guys, remember to comment down below and tell me if you're new. I'll be replying and talking back to all of you. So without further ado, what do you say we begin this new episode? Start the intro.
I think the girls with their nails done now. Girls with their nails done. I think the girls with their
So, the last spot we left off, Naruto completed the Rasengan as he thrust it into Kabuto's stomach. As Kabuto was sent sailing away, Tsunade regained her momentum as she rushed towards Orochimaru and started to deliver deadly punches, as the group would only stand back and watch as Tsunade brutalized Orochimaru. But in the end he fled along with Kabuto, as the group went back to Konoha. As, in that night, Naruto learned about his heritage, as he read the note that Naruto will be left behind for him, as he learned about his mother and his father as well. As he met up with Jiraiya and called Jiraiya his godfather, Jiraiya thought Naruto was going to be pissed, but on the contrary, Naruto wasn't pissed, as he understand why Jiraiya couldn't stay at the village because of his intel on gathering informations, as Jiraiya was happy that the kid at least understand. With that, they headed back to Konoha, as Yujito stayed for a while until Tsunade got fixed up with everything, as Naruto showed her around Konoha, as Kiba and the others are watching him, wondering who was that girl he was with. As Naruto also brought her to the hospital where Sasuke was. When Naruto went there, he saw a strange man exiting Sasuke's room, but Sasuke said it was no biggie, as it was just someone come to check up on him. But ever since that day, Sasuke has been acting strange. Naruto just couldn't put his finger on it, but Sasuke has been acting strange. The day finally came for Yujito to go back home, as Naruto brought her at the village gates, seeing her off. And to his surprise, she ran up to him and kissed him. It was a quick peck on the lips as she ran off, as she told him not to tell anyone, or well, if he does, he can. And with that she left, hoping to see him again sometime soon. Some time passed as Naruto, Sasuke, Shikamaru and Shino, they were called to the office as they were all promoted. After that, Tsunade told them about the 2-month training because they wanted to become Anvus. As 2 months passed, their training was a success, as Tsunade and the other Anvus were there, as they congratulated Naruto and Sasuke for joining the Anvu. As Kakashi was there as well, as he was proud of the both of them pushing forward. They were going to be great in the future. And yeah guys, that was basically the last one we left off. You guys can switch across the place to check over yourself. So, what do you say we begin this new episode? It has been 3 months since Naruto and Sasuke became Anvus. As a man was chuckling, damn right, that had to be the easiest village yet, he said, as he had on a stone headband. He was surrounded by a little over 20 other shinobis, all with different headbands representing Mizu, the stone, and 2 from Konoha. They all had one thing in common: their headbands had a slash through them, as they were all missing names. Of course, one of them said, "A civilian village like that cannot stop a group of shinobis, especially with our invincible leader, Aoi. A matter of fact," the missing name said as he turned towards a cage filled with women from all various ages. "I think I'll take one of our captures for a spin." A few others approached the cage as well, as the woman started to scream in fear. While that was happening, an Anvu in a toad mask appeared. Beside him was an Anvu in a hawk mask. To the Anvu left with the toad mask, a cat mask Anvu appeared with purple hair. An Anvu in a hawk mask also appeared. The cat mask Anvu was captain of the squad, Yujeo, a capable Kunoichi and an experienced Anvu captain. Over a small radio, she started to hand out orders to her squad. Cat was her nickname. Gamma, secure the woman and find our target. Bird, move the woman to safety. Taka and I will eliminate the rest. Now go, she said. Meanwhile, hurry up Aoi and open the gate, shouted an angry stone ninja towards the missing Konoha ninja. But before he could do anything, a wooden dome appeared between them and the woman, blocking them all from doing anything. As Gamma landed on top of that wooden dome, holding the snake seal. Wood style, wood locking wall, Gamma said as Tora appeared behind the wall to get the woman to safety. What? Konoha Anvu? Aoi thought, as he was cut off from his thoughts though, as he heard birds chirping from behind him. As he turned to see one of the Anvus rip through one of his shinobi, with his hand coated in lightning. As Cat also landed, decapitating two of them with her katana. Oh shit, they found me, Aoi said, as he yelled out orders, intruders, fight until we kill them all. The group of men cheered as they all separated to face off against their foes. Taka flung the dead shinobi off his hand as he let the shinobi dissipate. Upon doing so, he noticed 8 shinobi staring him down. As he turned and faced all of them fully with his hot mask. I'm gonna kill you for killing Kajuka, one of them said as he went through Ansign, and so did the others. Water style, violent water wave, as all of them fire a powerful jet of water at the Anvu. The combined attack tear through the ground as everything in the path was destroyed. As when it was over, they saw no trace of the Anvu, as all of them chuckled. That sure was easy. Let's go help out the others, one of them said. But the moment he turned, he came, as he saw the white mask with those glowing red eyes through the eye holes. How did he survive, the shinobi thought, before going into a deep sleep as he was placed under a genjutsu, as Taka then threw a kunai into his head to make sure he was finished. He then turned to the rest of the group as his hand sparked with electricity as he dashed forward with Cat. Seems Aoi was hanging out with only Jennings. This will be an easy recapture, thought Cat, as she jumped and dodged a stone ninja sword. While still in mid-air, she swung her sword, leaving after an image of her sword around. Hazy Moon Knight, she said. She then sprinted through the 10 shinobi surrounding her with incredible speed. There was after an image of her cutting the stone shinobis, who all received powerful slashes or stabs in violent area, sending them to their death. She then placed her hand on her radio. Taka, when you finish up, assist Gamma. I will help Toru in getting all of the women away. She heard from Taka from the radio, as she scoffed slightly. Disrespectful brat, she thought, as she took on to assist the woman to get them out of there, as Taka went to help Gamma. Hey, bastard, what do you think you're doing? Said another stone ninja as he glared at the frog-faced Anvu, as he was using that wood style to stop them from getting the woman. As another stone ninja recognized that was Mokiton, as he started to grow fearful. Before he could speak, the ninja spoke first. Aoi, Rokisho, missing in from Konoha, tuning level, wanted for stealing the sword of Thunder God. Please come peacefully and you will be given a fair trial. Aoi smirked slightly. You couldn't take me back even if you used force. I know who you are. There are only 2 Mokiton users left, and you're the one with the blonde hair. Naruto Senju, Jinjulki of the Kyuubi. Despite your incredible sword set, you should know that its sword made the wielder invincible, said Aoi, as the sword burst up with yellow lightning, taking the shape of the sword, as he was just holding onto a hilt. No matter how you try, you won't stop me, he said, as he thrust the sword forward. Wood style, 4-pillar prison technique, said Gamma as a huge wooden cage rose up, trapping them in a wooden box. He threw several explosive tags to the corner of the box that were facing him. The tags started to burn. Get out of there! It's gonna explode, one of the ninjas shouted, but they couldn't fast enough. Boom! The wooden box exploded violently as pieces of the wooden box fly away with body parts as well. As Gamma scanned the surroundings to check for any survivors, Aoi had escaped the prison by slicing through it with his sword. There was also another ninja laying beside him with a few singes on his clothes. Seems that Aoi survived. And who's that other Konoha ninja? Thought Gamma as he looked forward as Aoi was still smiling. I can cut through your wood style. You won't get me with a simple trick like that, Aoi said. The smaller Konoha ninja stood up and started to run away. Aide, you coward, Aoi said, as Ide started to flee the scene, leaving just him and Gamma alone. As Aoi was turning around, Gamma was right in front of him with a Sunshin, as he was holding a Rasengan. Aoi, though surprised, he reacted quick enough to parry the jutsu with his sword. The Rasengan and the sword clashed for a few seconds before Aoi smirked slightly. "You don't seem to realize how powerful this sword is. With this sword, I am invincible," he said, as he cut through the Rasengan cleanly. As he drive the sword continuing the path, as he sliced through the Anvo arms, but the moment he made contact with the skin, it turned to wood. A clone? Then where's the real? He was cut off by the sound of another Rasengan, as the Rasengan smashed into his back, creating a small crater with him in it, as Gamma walked up and picked up the sword and placed it in a sealing scroll. He then created wooden binds around Aoi to keep him from moving. "Damn it, it's suppressing my chakra, I can't get out," Aoi thought, as he tried to fight against the binds. "There is no need of you trying. Someone of your caliber cannot break out of that with physical strength. You are nothing but a mere tuning teacher at the academy who couldn't hack it. So you decide to go rogue. It's over," said Gamma, as he hit him and sent him into unconsciousness. As Taka then appeared right beside Gamma. Taka had Ide, the Konoha shinobi, tried to escape earlier over his shoulder. As Taka caught up with Ide, as Ide spilled everything, he was being fooled by Aoi to steal the sword, and he was forced to go rogue with him or die. Ide tried to continue, but Taka simply knocked him unconscious, as he didn't care anymore. As Gamma then touched his radio. "Cat, we have captured the missing Nin and retrieved the sword. We even caused missing Nin, Ide, Marino," said Naruto as he waited for a response. "Good work, I have already sent word to the Retrieval team. Ibiki will be at your coordinates shortly. Once he arrives, meet us at the rendezvous spot. Out." As Gamma nodded as he waited patiently with Taka for Ibiki to arrive. After an hour of waiting, Gamma sent several presents near their location. Shortly afterward, Ibiki and several others appeared. "Thank you for your work here. Your job is done. We will take it from here," said Ibiki, as his man went and got the two missing Nins. As Gamma and Taka simply nodded, as the both of them leave through the forest to meet up with the rest of their squad. As Ibiki was happy. 1. His younger brother was alive, Ide Marino, and the man who took him and forced him to cause all of this was now in their custody. He was the man that took his brother away from him and scarred his head with that sword when they were leaving the village. As Ibiki was not going to show him any mercy, he was going to make sure this man suffer a lot. The next day, it was near 7 o'clock in the evening, as several people were in the Hokage's office. Squad 3 stood in front of Snade's desk, as Snade sat there reading the report. As she smiled, "Another mission success. Great job, Squad 3. You have a days of rest. Dismissed," she said. As the squad nodded and disappeared except for Gamma. As Snade noticed him still standing there and looked confused slightly. "Hokage-sama, if we could have a word in private," he said, as Snade understood the seriousness behind it. Snade waved to her two assistants, Shizune and Sakura, that they could go home. As they both left, Gamma smiled behind his mask at Sakura. She had made a great impression on Snade, and she had become her pupil. Sakura was blossoming well under her guidance, and she also told him that she would catch him and Sasuke soon, as she was determined to not get left behind. When the door to Snade's office shut, Naruto took off his mask and took in a deep breath. He then slumped down into the chair as he released that breath. Snade smiled at Naruto's antics. Even though he had joined a serious organization like Anfu, he was still the same person. "So what's up, brat? What did you want to talk about?" "If it's about the scroll of seal sealed into your arm," Snade said as she looked at Naruto's arm, which had a tattoo of a nine-tailed fox on it. "It's fine, like I told you. Sensei wanted you to use it and I do not need it." "No, Bachan, it's nothing like that. I was wondering, have you noticed anything fishy about Sasuke?" he asked. What makes you think that?" she said as she was confused. "Well, have you noticed how he made the transition into Anfu so easily? It's not a knock on his skills, but even Tenzo-sensei and Yujiro senpai think the same," Naruto said. "True, he does seem like he'd done this kind of work before, but that isn't enough to say that he is moving fishy. Kakashi could have been helping him learn about it, just as Tenzo was teaching you. So there has to be something else that makes you say that," said Snade. "Yeah, two more things actually. He has a visitor. When he was in the hospital, I bumped into that guy when I was going there with Yujito. He told me that he was just some civilian wishing him well, but the guy had chakra like a ninja. Do you know of any old crippled guy with a bandaged right eye and a scar on his chin that looked like an X. Tsunade showed no outward reaction, but internally she was shocked. Danzo? What the hell does Danzo want with Sasuke, she thought to herself. Yes, that is Danzo Shimura. An old teammate of Sarutobi Sensei. He was quite skilled as a shinobi, but he got crippled in the third shinobi war, and has been an advisor ever since. You really have never seen him? Asked Navi. Naruto shook his head no. But I've heard stories about Danzo from Jiji. And the last thing is what he said to me. I don't even understand. He told me that every leaf in the forest has two sides. What the hell does that even mean? Do you know? That's an old code from the third shinobi war, but that is only used by Konoha shinobis who go on S-rank missions and try to avoid persecutions from them, higher up shinobi. Only the Sannin, senseis and the advisor know that code. Danzo must have told Sasuke. But why would he need it? I will have to get down to the bottom of this, thought Navi, as she shook her head no to Naruto's question. Of course she knew about the code, but she didn't want to make Naruto grow worried about his friend. She then smirked slightly, as she decided to get off the serious topic with Naruto. Why not have a little fun? She then went for a picture, as she then slid it over to him. Naruto picked up the picture. As he looked at it, he blushed instantly. Where did you get this picture? He said. There's no way that you could have took this, he said. It was just me, Yujito. Damn it, it was Izumo and Katetsu, Naruto said, as he was looking at a picture of him and Yujito kissing at the gate. Kumo, Hellcat, and the orange fox of Konoha sharing a kiss. You do realize a picture like this would make someone extremely wealthy, especially since we have to make copies of all letters sent to different villages, like the ones exchanged between you and Yujito since these past few months. I never know that you would be, said Tsunade, as she held the piece of paper that hold contents with Naruto and Yujito's letter, as Naruto grabbed the papers from her and tore them to shreds, as Tsunade simply smiled as she held up more copies. You think I didn't make copy, brat? You're just lucky, she said, as she held up the original photo. You lucky I got it before Jerry could get his hands on them. You owe me, brat. As Naruto let go a breath that he didn't know he was holding onto, he would have been in one of Jiraiya's books if Jiraiya got hold of those letters and the photo. What would I owe you, Bacha? Naruto asked. I heard that you, Jiraiya, and Gamabunta all got junked in the forest together after the Chunin exams. From some special Mount Miyaboku sake, she said. How could you hear about that? That was months ago, Bacha, Naruto said. Jiraiya told me. After the toads, you were the first to try the special toad sake. Jiraiya also told me it was the best damn sake he ever had. Well, I want a taste. Give me a monthly supply each month. And we're even, kiddo, she said. Each month? Why can't I just do it once? Tsunade held up the evidence. Blackmail, she said. As Naruto scowled, he then went through hand sign, summoning jutsu, as the orange toad came from the smoke. What? You got so big, Naruto said, as he was looking eye level with his favorite toad companion. Recently he was carrying him on his head, but no he can't. Naruto could actually stand on his head now. You humans are just slow. What do you need, bro? The toad asked. Alright, Naruto said as he told the toad the plan. You know you're crazy, right? If this doesn't work out and I get caught by dad, I'm blaming you. But I'm gonna do it, he said as he poofed away. Good choice, kid, said Tsunade. Want to get hammered? Why not, Naruto said. It's been a hectic 6 months. As they wait for the toad to come back with Gamabunta's sake. Somewhere under Konoha. You know your mission, correct? Said someone in the shadows, as they were speaking to the envoy with the hawk mask on. Yes, Taka said. They will be coming tonight, and I will begin my mission. Do not worry about the Senju boy. I have safeguard in place to ensure your arrival. Just make sure you're late so you don't have to kill him early. I need you to gain his trust so Konoha can get Orochimaru's secrets, said the figure as he turned away. Before leaving, he spoke once again. To be a shinobi is to sacrifice oneself, closing your eyes to the sunlight, distinguishing yourself in the shadows. That's a true form of a ninja. You're doing a great service for your village. Never forget that. Hi, Danzo-sama, said Taka, as he got up, preparing for his escorts to take him to Orochimaru. The next morning, so close, said a panting Naruto, as he wasn't wearing his envoy mask, he was wearing his headband. He had few burn marks on his skin and scratches here and there, but he was fine. A chuckle was heard from a slightly beat up Kakashi, who was standing in the clearing with Naruto. You could have won if you used your Tennin's power or your Kekigenkai. But I'm not that old yet, said Kakashi. Stupid Sharingan, I'll beat you someday without those powers, Naruto said. So, you going on that mission, right? You're almost 4 hours late. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. Thank you for reminding me. I should be back tomorrow though. It's a simple one. So, I'll see you around, said Kakashi, as he disappeared in a poof of smoke. I still cannot beat Kakashi without using Kurama's power or my Mokiton. I'll get him eventually though. But for now, time for some ramen, Naruto said as he vanished. After eating, Naruto decided to help out at one of his favorite places, Konoha, Yamanaka Flower Shop. He was having a swell time, as Shikamaru then walked in. Yo, Shikamaru, what's up? As Naruto noticed a look on Shikamaru's face. Naruto, you're here. Good. Tsunade-sama said that she needs us for an urgent mission. It's important. Naruto walked up Shikamaru and sunshined the both of them to Tsunade's office. When Naruto arrived inside, he noticed Choji, Kiba, and Neji inside. What's going on, Bachan? Naruto asked, as he saw the look on Tsunade's face. Sasuke left the village, he said. As Naruto looked ready to snap, but she stopped him. We're not sure if he was taken or not, but Sakura claimed to see him walking towards the village exit, and we assume the worst. Kiba and Neji here will help you track him. Shikamaru here's help to planning, and Choji here's extra muscle. Your mission is to capture Sasuke and bring him back alive. Sorry that we couldn't get any more manpower for this mission, but you all are the best I have at the moment. Naruto, you're the leader of the mission. Please make haste, and be careful. As Tsunade finished, Naruto nodded. As Naruto took off with his team, Kiba, can you find Sasuke's trail? I already did, while Shikamaru was looking for you. Follow me, Kiba said. As they all leapt away from the village. As the team sped through the forest at incredible speed. As they were heading, Neji spoke. Naruto-san, shouldn't this mission be for Jonins, or at least a team of Chunins? Why is Hokage-sama sending 2 Chunins and 3 Genins? Asked Neji. As Shikamaru was the one that answered. True as it may be, this mission is definitely not supposed to be given to us. However, my dad told me that the village is very short-handed at the moment due to the invasion, meaning missions are taken, no matter what, to help with the rebuilding, leaving the village with only a few shinobi to guard it. Due to that is why we were handed this task. Who cares, Kiba said. We're gonna kick some ass and take Sasuke back to the village. As the others smiled because it was needed for the morale, but Naruto did not smile. As Shikamaru noticed Naruto was pissed, Sasuke better have a damn good reason for deserting the village. The next morning, Naruto, we're getting close. I can see them. It's a group of 4 stone shinobi, and they're carrying a large box. A circular one, said Neji, as his Byakugan was activated. They have stopped moving. It looks like they're carrying out a ritual. Shall we strike now, Neji asked, as the group landed in a tree surrounding the Sound Ninjas. It seems like the best idea to ambush them and retrieve Sasuke. Shikamaru, what do you think? Naruto was positive that it was the best plan, but why not ask Shikamaru? It wouldn't hurt anything to hear from a genius. Shikamaru looked thoughtful for a few seconds, but he then nodded his head. That's perfect, but we need to strike now. Everybody ready? Asked Shikamaru. Seeing everyone nod, Shikamaru then turned back to the group in front of them. Let's go. When Shikamaru said go, a kunai with several explosive tags landed on the tree, right beside the group. Damn it, they spotted us, Naruto said, as the group jumped away, but the shockwave blew them away. As Naruto and Neji was the only one that landed on their feet, the others landed on the ground partially. The Senju kid. This will make it tough, but he still cannot compete with Orochimaru-sama Seal, thought Kidomaru. Well, look what we have here. I threw that kunai in the tree to catch a snake, but it looked like I caught several bugs, said Seikon. Jirobo, stop them. Jirobo quickly went through hand sign. Earth style. Earth prison of magnificent nothingness, he said. A large earth dome came around them, as Jirobo kept his hand on the barrier. Go ahead, I'll finish this. We need to get the Uchiha to Orochimaru-sama, said Jirobo. As his teammates nodded and took off into the forest. Jirobo then felt his dome get smashed in several places, but he only smirked. It's impossible to get out of this dome. Just give up, he said. Damn, said Kiba from inside. My packs in fact did nothing but leave cracks. And it's repairing itself. What do we do? Kiba's right, this dome is sturdy and can even feel it siphoning off my chakra. What do we do? Said Shikamaru. As he started to study the dome, he noticed that ear of the dome recovers slightly slower than the rest of it. That's it, the dome is weaker on that side, possibly to him being on the opposite side. If we hit it hard enough, we should be able to get out, Shikamaru said to himself. Rasengan, he then heard, as Naruto smashed his Rasengan into the part of the dome that repaired the fastest. Shikamaru knew it would be useless, but he then saw Naruto shrouded in the Kyuubi's chakra, as Naruto smashed his attack right where Jirobo was, as Jirobo was sent flying back and smashed through several trees. What the hell? That was so ridiculously powerful, said Kiba, as Naruto had 2 tails of the Kyuubi's chakra. I thought you said you can only use 1 tail. Yeah, I tried to, but how did I get 2? Naruto asked Kurama. Is the seal weakening maybe? Or maybe it was last night when Jiraiya spotted you, passed out to that Senju woman. He did touch your stomach slightly, so maybe he loosened the seal. I wasn't really paying attention, so I can't really know. You'll have to ask him, said Kurama. As Naruto was about to say something again, but Kurama said it's alright. You have proven yourself enough to have more access to my power, but I think he only loosened it to up to 4 tails of my power. Thanks, Kurama, Naruto said, as he created another Rasengan, but this one turned purple because of the shroud. As he vanished, as he appeared above Jirobo, as he smashed it directly in Jirobo's face. Jirobo was down for the count. There was no coming back after that, even if he used the cursed seal. As the shroud faded around Naruto, as he turned back to his teammates, let's go. There's no time to waste, as the 5 of them took off again. Naruto, Shikamaru said, if we want to catch Sasuke, it will be best if we split up from this point, moving forward. There are only 3 of them left and we still have 5 people. 6, counting Akamaru. Neji, can you take one of them alone? Seeing Neji nod, Shikamaru was going to continue this plan, until Kiba spoke up. I can take one alone too, but I won't be alone. I have Akamaru with me. As Akamaru barked in agreement. Plus, I owe that 2-headed freak for calling us bugs. As he thought about his teammate Shino. Bugs are cool, he thought. Shino showed me that. Well then, if you think so. That's settled it, said Kiba. Kiba, you can take that 2-headed dude. Leaving Neji take on the girl or either the one with 6 arms. Choji and I will take on whoever he doesn't face. Leaving Naruto to get Sasuke and get back to Konoha. As the group nodded with the plan. Naruto placed his hand in the snake seal. Wood clone technique, he said as he created several wood clones. Just in case, I'll be able to help. You never know, Orochimaru could send them assistance. As the group continued to leap through the forest to enact Shikamaru's plan. Time skip. Naruto, Choji and Shikamaru stood across on the red-haired girl. Sasuke was nowhere to be seen, or was the rest of their teammates. Neji had stayed back to take on the 6-armed member of Sound 4. Kiba had taken the 2-headed member off the cliff and was battling him alone as well. Naruto, Shikamaru and Choji pursued the last member, but when they arrived, another member arrived. He left Teiwaya, the red-haired girl, to stop them while he continued along. As they were staring her down, Shikamaru spoke. Don't worry, Naruto. Choji and I will handle her. You go get that new guy and bring back Sasuke. We'll be fine. Naruto nodded his head as the two distracted her as Naruto leaped past her. Naruto easily caught up to the newcomer as he stopped him in the middle of a field. As Sasuke was still in his barrel, while Naruto faced down the newcomer, his name was Kimimaro. Yo, Naruto says he landed. As Kimimaro turned and looked at Naruto. If Teiwaya come back, I'll kill her, he said, as he faced Naruto. Let's see, how should I kill you? What does Orochimaru want with Sasuke, Naruto asks. It is of no importance. You came to get him back and it's my job to get him to Orochimaru. No need for negotiation. Come, he said. Naruto vanished in a shunshin as he appeared in front of Kimimaro and threw a right hook at him. Kimimaro shifted his head back with ease as he dodged Naruto's punch. He then lashed out at Naruto's sword strike, except his sword was made of bone. Is that bone, Naruto thought as he backflipped away and dodged a slash. Do you have a Kekkei Genkai, Naruto asks. Yes, it's a Kekkei Genkai of my clan, the Dead Bone Pulse. It allowed me to freely control the bones in my body and use them however I see fit. I am the last of my clan, making me its last user, said Kimimaro, as he held the bones like a sword. So basically you can manipulate your bone structure for combat. And you can basically manipulate the density of those bones, because if they were regular bones, you would have been screwed. Naruto then brought up his hand, but the barrel that was holding Sasuke started to release a purple smoke. After a few seconds, the barrel top exploded as purple smoke fly out. As Naruto watches Sasuke leaped out of the barrel. As Sasuke's skin started to return back to normal and his hair started to get shorter. Sasuke, Naruto's head. Sasuke turned his head to look at Naruto with his Sharingan active. Without saying a word, he immediately leaped off to where Orochimaru would be. Seems your friend wants to go to Orochimaru on his own free will, said Kimimaro. There's nothing you can do about that, so just let him leave and die by my hands. Naruto's eyes started to shift as they turned blood red. His eyes. It seems he has a strange chakra inside of him. No matter, said Kimimaro. I must stop him for Orochimaru-sama's sake. Kimimaro then dashed forward to stab Naruto, but he was kicked away by a green blur. As Rock Lee stood in front of Naruto, Lee, Naruto said. Please go on, Naruto-kun. Go and bring back Sasuke. I will handle this guy. You go get our comrade. As Naruto just nodded, as he vanished. As Rock Lee appeared in front of Kimaru. Your fight is with me. Meanwhile, after several minutes of chasing down Sasuke, Sasuke and Naruto yell. As the both of them arrive at two giant statues, as the both of them are on the opposite ones to each other. As Naruto realized he was standing on the head of his forefather, Hashirama Senju. As Sasuke stood on Madara's head as he looked towards Naruto. Naruto, Sasuke said, with his Sharingan blazing. What are you doing? Why are you leaving the Leaf Village? Sasuke didn't say anything. It doesn't matter, Naruto said. I'm gonna drag you back, whether you like it or not. Sasuke didn't say anything. As Naruto leaped up in the air and so did Sasuke, as the both of them clash, as they slammed their fists together. The both of them started battling mid-air until they landed on the water surface down below. As Naruto's eyes were still red as he stared at Sasuke. So you really are trying to leave, he asked. Yes, Sasuke said. There are things I need to accomplish. As Sasuke's eyes spin slowly, Naruto quickly flared his chakra to destroy the genjutsu that was placed on him. You know genjutsu of that level doesn't work on me. As Naruto vanished and appeared right in front of Sasuke with his Sanshin. As Sasuke quickly leaned back his body, dodging Naruto's punch. He did a leg sweep but Naruto jumped over it. As Sasuke leaped up and did a roundhouse kick, but Naruto grabbed his leg and pushed him back. As Sasuke flipped and landed on the side of the wall as he went through hand signs. Fire style. Fireball jutsu, he said, as he sent a massive fireball coming towards Naruto. Wood style. Whirl of trees wall, Naruto said. As dozens of branches rose from the water interlocking with each other as they created a large wall. As Sasuke fireball smashed in Naruto's wall, but Naruto's wall stood firm. I don't have time to play around, Kurama, Naruto said. Kurama understood as he sent chakra to Naruto's system, as the chakra shroud surrounded Naruto as he charged up a Rasengan. Naruto leaped over the giant wall as he dashed towards Sasuke coming downwards, as Sasuke had black flame-like patterns covering his face as his hand was covered in lightning. As Sasuke jumped upwards, Chidori, Rasengan! They smashed their attack together as the both of them started to clash for dominance. You should know that this is a mistake, Naruto said, as the Biju tail appeared behind him as he blasted Sasuke away. Kurama's power trumped Orochimaru's power boost any day. Sasuke smashed into the wall of the ravine. As he lay there, he let Orochimaru's seal receded. You're right, Naruto. That was a mistake on my part, he said. However, Abiju's power mean nothing compared to the full might of the Uchiha clan Sharingan. As Sasuke came out of the wall while opening his eyes, and it was different. Sasuke's tomo spread and converged along the edge of his iris. It also changed color, as there was a black eye with red designs. As they came together into three intercepting ellipses, Kurama immediately recognized the shift in his eyes. Naruto, Sumongi to Sharingan. Those eyes have the power to tame tail beasts. Be wary of him, said Kurama. As Naruto looked on with narrow eyes at Sasuke. As Sasuke's eyes glowed slightly as he looked at Naruto. Let's see how you dance against my new eyes, he said. Naruto did not know what those new eyes could do, but he could feel the power behind them. Not to mention the warning he received from Kurama. I've never seen you use that before. How do you have those eyes, Naruto asked. Sasuke smirked. You seem to not remember that you hid quite a few things from me in the past, Naruto. Your Jinchuriki status and your Mokuton ability. Who's to say that I never did? We all have our secrets after all. As his gaze then shifted to the water that flowed between him and Naruto. As he stared at his reflection, he continued to speak. These eyes are only attainable to someone that experienced the death of someone close to them. Like the death of a family member, or in my case, a best friend. As Naruto was confused, you killed your best friend for power? As Sasuke chuckled a bit, no, I will never stoop that low. These eyes were born the day I witnessed your death by my hand. I'm not dead, Naruto said, nor have I ever died by your hands. So how could my death have anything to do with that? Itachi, Sasuke said in a low tone, as he stared at his reflection. Itachi made me kill you over and over in the Tsukuyomi, again and again. And, to the realness of his genjutsu, my eyes were born that day. As Naruto raised his eyebrow, why would Itachi do something like that? He would have to know that something like that would happen. Did he do it on purpose? Naruto then felt a chakra spike, as Sasuke was holding the tiger's seal towards his lip. Fire style, great flame destruction, Sasuke said. as he blew out a massive stream of intense, agonizing flames. As Naruto got engulfed by the attack, as a wooden wall along behind him was set ablaze. As Sasuke ended his attack after a few seconds, as the wooden wall was burning with an intense flame. Not seeing any sign of Naruto, he scanned his surroundings to try and find him. Finally realizing where he was, Sasuke jumped to avoid the hand coming from beneath him. As Sasuke pulled the sword from his back and drive it down, but instead of flesh, he drive it through wood, as the one beneath him was a wood clone. As Sasuke turned to see Naruto standing behind him, without his Kyuubi cloak, and missing the right sleeve of his shirt, it seems that he didn't get fully away from Naruto's attack, as his right arm had burn marks on it, along with his clothes being slightly singed. But Naruto was already holding a hand sign. Wood release, summoning, burrowing, carnivorous Buddha. As Naruto slammed his hand on the ground, a massive ceiling array appeared under Sasuke as the ground started to shake. Sasuke immediately jumped away as a huge plant emerged where he just was. That plant is enormous, Sasuke thought, as it was a Venus flytrap as he tried to eat him. As Sasuke was descending to the ground, he had to block a kunai and shuriken from Naruto. As Naruto stunned Shin right in front of him and knocked Sasuke's sword to the side as he lashed out to that quick elbow. Sasuke's Sharingan saw it coming, however, as he swatted away, causing Naruto to stumble over. Sasuke tried to strike Naruto, but he had to dodge a plant as the plant tried to eat him. As Sasuke grew annoyed with that plant creature and decided to get rid of it, as he released another stream of flames that flew towards Naruto's plant. But before the flames got towards the plant sank back into the ground to avoid them. The plant then emerged once the danger was gone. While Sasuke was focused on that, Naruto appeared right behind him and slammed a kick right into his back that keeled him over. But a log took Sasuke's place and fell to the ground, a massive dent in it. Naruto pulled out a kunai as he spun around and blocked Sasuke, sword swipe from behind. The two then started to trade metal as sparks fly everywhere from the clash of kunai and sword. Despite Sasuke had the advantage with his sword, the reach, and his Sharingan to predict Naruto's movements, he couldn't press that because the plant was bothering him and Naruto's incredible speed. He was actually taking the worst of their exchanges as bruises and cuts started to appear all over his body. I have to get rid of that thing, Sasuke thought, as he closed his left eye. He dodged another attempt of Naruto's plant trying to eat him, as Naruto planted a kick in his stomach that sent him flying away. But he then flipped to the air and landed on his feet. As blood came from his left eye as he focused on the plant, he then slowly opened his eye. Amaterasu. As black flames completely started to burn the plant shrieked in agony as it dived into the water trying to quell the flames. But to no avail though, as the black flames burned underwater, turning the plant into ash. So that's the power of the Mangekyou. Even with my plant going underwater, the fire didn't stop burning it. Due to the blood from his left eye, I'm assuming that he can conjure up those black flames from the eye. I have to be careful, Naruto thought. Sasuke shut his left eye after turning Naruto's plant into ash, as he clutched it, as he felt the after effects of using the effect of his jutsu. I can't keep using those techniques. It will do me no good to use them if I eventually go blind. He then removed his hand as he stared back out at Naruto. That was a powerful technique you used just now, but I have to wonder, there has to be a risk to it. From the way your eye bled, just the way you clutched your face just now, I assume it brings risk to your eyes, Naruto said, analyzing Sasuke's jutsu. Seems you really are great at analysis, but now you see what I can do. What makes you think I won't burn you alive right now? But Naruto didn't waver under that threat. Despite the jutsu's speed, I have a way of evading its harmful effects. Wood style, great force technique, Naruto said, as his right hand morphed into a dozen branches as they went after Sasuke. True, Naruto could just dodge my jutsu, and to the way he can turn his body into wood, he could just peel off whatever part of him gets struck by the Amaterasu and avoid it altogether. Not to mention he noticed my eye bleeds whenever I use it, so he can avoid it altogether. Damn it, Sasuke cursed as he evaded Naruto jutsu. He had to keep evading as the branches keep on chasing after him. Using the Tsukuyomi on him would be pointless. He said to himself that genjutsu is meaninless to use on him. Even with my Mangekyou, he still be able to break it as I'm not good at it. Danzo-sama said it was even truer due to his Jinchuriki connection. That just leave one option, Sasuke said. Sasuke was thinking he was backed up to the base of the waterfall by Naruto plant jutsu. As Sasuke evaded once more as the jutsu smashed into the waterfall with great impact. As Sasuke landed on Madara's stone foot as he heard Naruto behind him. As Naruto had a Rasengan in his hand, as he appeared behind Sasuke with a Shanshin. It's over, Sasuke! As he smashed his Rasengan forward, but it hit into a skeleton. A purple one. The skeleton grew an arm as he smashed Naruto away. Straight over to Hashirama's foot as he smashed into it. As Naruto looked up to see a giant humanoid figure around Sasuke. As Naruto standing looking in awe to what he was seeing, as Sasuke turned and faced him fully. Sensing Naruto wonder, Sasuke decided to quell his thoughts. This is my Susanoo, Naruto said Sasuke. This is the third power of my Sharingan. As Sasuke's Susanoo was an upper body made from muscles and bones. It had 2 horns on its skull, glowing yellow eyes and 4 arms. It then manifested a sword as it raised a spirit sword that attacked Naruto. Naruto smirked at Sasuke's ability. Despite the situation, he had to admire Sasuke's power. That jutsu just took a Rasengan in waver in the slightest. But Naruto had more up his sleeve as well. He placed his hand in the snake seal, as his chakra flare as a chain around his neck started to glow a bright green. As Sasuke brought down the sword to strike Naruto, as dust and debris blew everywhere. As the area cleared, Sasuke saw a wooden dragon head situated where Naruto was. It looked unfazed by the attack, as it split down the middle to show Naruto still holding the snake seal. Mokiton, wood explosion technique, Naruto said, as his wooden structure sank back down into the ground. Thank you, Hashirama, JJ, Naruto said, thanking his great-great-grandfather. Hashirama had placed several Mokiton techniques in the scroll in case another Mokiton user came along. As Naruto has only gotten down 2 of them, and that was one. The other was Naruto's new favorite, his Hashirama seal. Wood style, wood dragon technique. As a huge wooden dragon appeared from the ground behind him. The dragon coiled around him a bit as it stared down Sasuke. The dragon then launched itself at Sasuke Susanoo. But guys, I'm ending this episode right here. If you want to see the next part of this, you already know what to do. Like, subscribe, comment down below, and turn that bell notification to stay posted. Remember, share to all of your friends in your social media platform. And also, stay tuned for the rest of the what ifs coming your way. I hope you guys enjoy each and every one of them. But for now, I'm out for you guys. See you guys soon. Peace.